Hi friends, I've been waiting a bit longer than expected for this new SenS DevLog, but that means I will have more things to talk to you about, some good news and things to show you, some good news and some less good news, but nothing dramatic. And I will talk to you about the plan for the future. But first, I guess you would like to see the progress I made, so we will jump directly into the editor. Yes, not, yes. Fine. So, features that have been made since the first devlog. Yeah, let's see. So the first things I made is a possibility to switch between first-person and third-person view. It's for debugging, mainly. When you develop some features, it's nice to have the possibility to switch to the third-person view. And also, it's something that probably will be present in the final game, but not in the near future. But I thought about some ideas to make it possible and to make it have some justification inside the game. Also, new things. Let me check. Yeah, I made a debug HUD. So it's a possibility to display information that are necessary for me and useful when, again, when you're developing functionalities. So in this case, it's can I jump into full screen? Yeah, it's working. Okay, so you can see it better. So at the moment there are mainly location, camera information, but also information on the players and movement speed mode that is selected. Because yes, a new feature is the possibility to switch the walk mode. So now you can walk slowly, you can walk a bit faster, you can run, and you can sprint. When you're holding the key, you keep sprinting, and when you're releasing it, you go back in the running mode. And you have stamina in addition, so you cannot run for the eternity. You will have to manage your stamina somehow. It's not super restrictive, and when you are simply working in fast walk mode, you can see the stamina is not going down very fast, and it's going back very quickly when you stop working. So why having stamina and walk mode, speed walk mode in the game? It's because the exploration system I'm developing, I plan to develop actually, will take the time factor will be important in exploration. And so for that reason, I wanted to limit the maximum time you can run in order to have a certain control on the level design, on the size of environment I want to make. And it will be something inside the gameplay to take care about the how far can you go with the resources you have, because there will be resources also. I will talk to you about that just after. But also on the walk speed you have, and yeah, it will impact the distance you can explore, and this will be something important in the game. So yeah, for the basic movement, it's done currently. You can crouch, you can jump, you can run, and that's all I need for the moment. It's less complex than what I made in Unreal Engine 4 in the previous version of the game, because I was taking account, I was modifying the walk speed depending on the slope. That's why I have this here. It was for testing. Also on stairs, walk speed was modified. And that's things that I consider to be important, but not necessary, not priority at the moment for testing the the core gameplay. Okay. Apart from this, I can show you the other level. The improvement in interactive interaction with objects and the possibilities that is now in the game to we can jump in full mode to take objects. So these are just testing objects, and with a pickup key you can take an object in your hand or in your second hand, and you can drop the objects too. And if we go here, you can see that if I try to pick up an object and I have already my hands full, it will go directly inside the inventory. So there is a key to display the inventory, and you can put object in your hand inside your inventory. You can change which hand is holding the object, and you can directly drop objects from the inventory. The needs for inventory in the game is again because of the exploration system I want to set up in the game. For the moment it's just a global inventory, but after that it will be the size of your inventory will be depending on the bag you have equipped on your character. For example, you at the beginning you will have just a small backpack, and then you will have a large expedition backpack or things like that, and it will allow you to transport more or less objects, and these objects will be important because they will help you to enlight your way inside the darkness, because mainly the environment will be in darkness, and you will have to create paths inside the darkness with different kind of light sources. Another little things I made is now you can pick up objects, and some objects are usable. And for example, if I drop this object, you can see, or this lamp, for example, I can use it. And I also can use this book. It's just a test, so it's just saying, yeah, you're reading the book. By the way, this game message system is here and have been developed since the first devlog. And it's very useful for giving feedback on or information on to the player for features that doesn't have a visual or sound feedback. For example, I don't made an animation for taking the book and turning the pages, and it's not necessary for at this stage of the development. So for all these kind of things, you will have a message display on the screen to inform you that you are doing an action. And the little new functionalities, you can have the book inside your hand and you can use it when it's usable. So you can read the book directly in your hand, and it was not the case before. And I think, let me check. Yeah, there is also this little observe functionality. It's useful to accurately select objects and to observe the environment. It's less strong in first-person view because you're already closer to the objects, and on third-person view it's making a big zoom. And it will be used also to, so you can take objects, as you remember, and in the future, for now you can only drop the object, like that, but in the future you will be able to aim on a specific place and to drop the object, to put the object at this specific place, or also to launch it. So by using this aiming functionality, you will be able to launch an object away or to put it somewhere close with accuracy. So now I think I made a tour of every features that I developed. Yeah, about the sprint system, the stamina system. For the moment it's automatic, and you won't have to use things to restore your stamina. It's just your short-term stamina. And I don't plan to... I thought about it to implement, like in SenS E or SenS E, a breathing system, but I don't think it's necessary at the moment. I thought about a possible implementation of a similar system for managing your breathing, but it will it will happen only when you're out of breath, because you run for a long time or you sprinted for too much, and it will be a way to, it will be just at certain moments that you will have to manage your breathing in order to restore your stamina more easily, and it will not be permanent like it was in SenS E or SenS E, as you wish. But it's not something I want to implement at the moment. It's just something I talk about, and I think about how to improve the system to make it less present, because it's not the point in this game to manage the breathing while running and platforming, unlike it was in SenS. So yeah, I think it's all I wanted to show you, all the things I made, most of the things I made. And we can go back to the full screen for talking about the news and the plan for the future. Yeah, the news. The not very good news first. I wanted to see if it was possible, because someone suggested me the idea to see if it was possible to make SenS E paid again, because it's free at the moment, and it's free since 2018, I think. Yes. And I wanted to see if it was possible to make it paid again. On a low price, of course, because it's an old game. And because there is quite a lot of download, actually. And since it's free, it has been downloaded a lot of times in comparison to what I sold. At the moment when I put it free, it was my life conditions were different, and also the game was selling just a few units each month, and they were not the systems that Steam made, that Valve implemented, kind of threshold. When you reach a certain amount of sales, you get paid. And back then it was not there, and I was paying for transaction banking transfer fees. That was sometime half or even I don't remember if it was higher than the amount of money I was receiving, but it was costing too much in proportion to what I was getting from the game. So it was one of the reasons I put it free also. In addition to the fact I wanted to make it free since the beginning of the development, I wanted to make it free after a few years of commercialization. So, yeah, the point is, since this moment, the game have been downloaded. I think 250 thousands of times. Numbers. It's okay, and it's quite a large amount, and each month currently, and for the last years as far as I checked, it's in average downloaded 4,000 times. So I thought, and because of the suggestion of this friend, it would be interesting to get a little bit of money from the game I made, in order to secure the situation on the financial standpoint. But Valve told me it was not possible, because the game was paid at the beginning and then get free, and the moment I set it free back then in 2018, they told me it won't be possible to make it paid again. I guess it's just they didn't make the system to take care of these possibilities, paid games that go free and then want to be paid again. And I think it's nothing to do, almost, but I'm just a little developer and they won't do the procedure for me. So it's not possible. So I won't get money from the game this way. There are other possibilities. People told me, oh, why don't you make a DLC or a remaster? But you have to think about the fact that it will take a lot of time to make a remaster, to make it a remaster that is good enough to be sold again, and not only porting, and even just porting the game on Unreal Engine 4 or Unreal Engine 5 would be a lot of time to work on, and this time wouldn't be dedicated to SenS, and I prefer to dedicate my time to SenS as I have a limited amount of time available. So yeah, SenS won't be paid again, and I won't get money from that. But a good news, someone I know, it's not really a friend because we just talk each other just a few times, but it's an interesting person, and my previous teacher from the school, he was at the same school as I was, but not at the same time. So my friend teacher at this school told me about this guy and give me his contact, or the opposite anyway. And this guy very kindly gave me his old computer he was not using anymore. This means I now have a very nice baby computer, because it's a very small case, but it's very good because, as I've told you, my normal computer is very old. It's a 9 years old computer, and it's very limited for Unreal Engine 5. and it was not comfortable at all to work on it, and also it was not reliable because he has some components being too old and having some issues. And for the last 3 or 4 months I didn't shut down my computer, because when I shut it down I'm not sure it will start again. And if it starts again after, I don't know, 30 attempts, my hard drive, for my working hard drive, was often not recognized. So it was very problematic to work. And now I have a reliable computer. And in addition, it's an old one. It's 7 years old component inside the computer, but it was a high-end component, so it's quite a good computer, quite a good old computer, and more powerful than mine. And that means that I have at least 2 or 3 times better performance in Unreal now, which means it's very more comfortable to work. So it's very good news, and thank you to this guy, which will recognize himself. What else? Yeah, I would like to set up to make as fast as possible a build that I will upload on Steam and that you will be able to test. But currently I have only testing maps that I showed you. I don't have a real level exploring and experimenting on the gameplay, exploration gameplay that I'm currently working on. So my goal my first goal for the future is to make a kind of game level for experimenting some of the exploration features. Not everything, and it will be scripted somehow in order to reproduce the behavior I want to have on my elements. So what I mean is, I will not make every functionality and element in the game to be systemic and reusable very easily currently, just to have a better view on what functionality I really need, and because it will be just a prototype for now, but it will be enough to test some gameplay features and to see if it's all working correctly, to see where I have to make adjustments, and so after I can make the real systems instead of scripting and tinkering. I will make the real system so it will be working, it will be more easy to add more content and to know exactly what features, what functionality, what parameters, what things are required. So yes, this is the first thing I would like to do. Possibility for you to be able to test the game on Steam, and this is what I will focus on the next weeks and months. And on the longer future, on the farthest future, I would like to, as I told you in the first game dev, I wanted to make it's not really a vertical slice, because it won't be as polished as the final game, of course, but it's more like a good demo that is representative of the idea I have in mind for this game, and it will be good enough to, I hope, to start talking on a larger scale, to start communicating on a larger scale for the game, and to get more attention. Because, it will be, I hope, more, it will be enjoyable first, fun and interesting to play. And not polished as a final game, of course, but nice enough in terms of visual and sounds to be attractive to players. I am very conscious that for now I have nothing very attractive in the new SenS since the new SenS development resumed. So yeah, this is a long-term goal for the next months, and but first a first very little demo, experimenting and testing the functionalities I want to implement in the game. Okay, and what else? So yes, first playable proto as soon as possible, new computer, okay. And yeah, I can show you the short-term goals. So yes, making this new build to publish on Steam, making the new devlog, this is what I'm currently doing. Recommercialization of SenS is not possible. Adjusting the SenS price, it's not super priority, but yeah, maybe I will adjust because now dollar and euros are very equal. Stamina, it's done. Observe system, it's done. Sphere light, it will be the basic light sources that you will be able to use at the beginning. I'm currently working on it. And making a little level for trying the exploration in darkness mechanics. So, and also I will need a basic menu and a basic main menu for this build to be playable. So yes, this is the goal for the next weeks and months. I obviously will not be able to work always in full time on the game because I have to do little jobs to pay my food and the renting and the fuel and everything in life. And that's why recommercializing SenS will have helped a lot, but yeah, I will do without it. So that's all for the moment. And yeah, I didn't talk about the Make Sense videos. Yeah, it's going well. I'm making. I have a lot of ideas for next videos. I hope the people that are interested in game development, in making and learning how to make games, are getting some useful information and that it's interesting for you. For now, it's not getting view a lot of time. I won't lie about that, but yeah, it took time to make an audience. And anyway, I'm having pleasure to explaining you the things about game development and game creation in Unreal, and to show you how I made things, features and functionality for SenS. So I will continue to make this Make Sense video. I have some that are planned already. The stamina and running system, for example, I will show you how it's been done in my game and how to make a simpler version of that. It probably will be the next video, or maybe the crouch system. Anyway, some new things to do, a lot of things to do actually. And until then, until the next SenS DevLog that will come sooner than this second episode, I hope. I wish you good time and see you next time. Bye bye.